Namaste. Welcome to Z's Astrology, or go-to journal for all things Vedic astrology. So now, after the big transits of Saturn and Jupiter, now it's time for Rahu and Ketu to shift their signs. Rahu will be moving from Pisces to Aquarius, and Ketu will be shifting from Virgo to Leo. In this video, I am going to focus on Rahu's transit in the sign of Aquarius. Now, Rahu and Ketu change their signs in two ways. One is mean node, and other is true node. The mean node of Rahu and Ketu entered Aquarius on May 18, and the true node will follow on May 29. So some astrologers use the true node for predictions, while some consider both. Honestly, it's up to you what you choose. I will be going with the date of May 18 when the mean node changes, but if you prefer May 29, that's absolutely okay too. Now, Rahu is a shadow planet. We say it's the head of the dragon and Ketu is the tail. Rahu has this energy to absorb the energy of the planets it stays with or passes over during a transit. Rahu stands for illusion, what we call it as Maya. It creates confusion, obsession, dissatisfaction, fear, and attraction to material things. Rahu also takes us towards paths that are little unusual or different from the traditional way. It can show sudden changes, strong desires, foreign links, technology, innovation, and similar themes. There's a lot more to Rahu, but at its core, it pushes us towards desires and moves us towards material attachments and materialism. And before diving into this topic, I would be grateful if you could subscribe, like, and share these videos with your friends and family. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you are always up to date with our latest content. You can follow Z's Astrology on Instagram for personal consultations. Drop me an email. All the links are given in the description box below. Now, talking about Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed Aries sign ruled by Saturn. It's also co-ruled by Rahu. The sign is about fulfilling our desires, being independent, thinking differently, and doing things for the larger group or society. It connects to our social circles, elder siblings, financial gains, research work, and even freedom. It's also deeply connected with innovation and new ideas. So when Rahu moves into Aquarius, during this time, many people will see a rise in their income or finances. But along with that, greed and strong desires can also increase. In the beginning, Rahu might help you gain a lot. But by the time its transit ends, you might feel like, where did all that money even go? Or I worked so hard and still feel empty. Why does this happen? Because Saturn, the main ruler of Aquarius, is positioned in Pisces, a sign that talks about sacrifice. And Saturn is a planet that always asks us to stay grounded, work hard, and not get too attached to the materialism or the results. So even though Rahu will give us growth and success, Saturn will eventually remind us to stay simple and let go of the extra desires. It will teach us the real satisfaction. That real satisfaction comes from what's needed, not from overdoing or over-wanting. Even though Rahu co-rules Aquarius, the final control is in Saturn's hand. I have said this before, and I will say it again. Saturn will allow Rahu to do what it wants in the beginning. But in the end, it's Saturn who gives the final result. So yes, Rahu in Aquarius can bring good money and progress for many people. But at the same time, it might increase our cravings and obsessions too. Apart from money matters, Rahu in the sign will also bring a big push in technology and innovation. We'll see a lot of new developments, especially in areas like government, tech, and finance. Some of these innovations might be really unique and cut off out of the box. Whether these changes lead us to a better world or bring challenges, that's something time will tell. When Rahu moves into Aquarius, at the same time Jupiter will also be in Gemini. Both are the Aries signs. Both these air signs gets activated together. We can expect So we can expect more climate-related events like cyclones, hurricanes, typhoon. Also, Saturn will be in Pisces and Ketu will be in Leo during this time. So this combination of Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, and Ketu can increase natural disasters, like not only like cyclones, but also tsunamis, earthquakes as well, especially in or around oceans. There might also be water shortages and increase in diseases that spread through air or water. These planetary movements can really affect our global environment and nature cycle. This time can also bring a rise in manipulations, false information, scams, frauds, and misunderstandings. People may try to take advantage of others for their personal benefit. Sometimes these situations may come from strangers, but sometimes even from someone you know, like a friend or someone in your social circle. So please be careful about who you trust. Don't believe anyone too quickly or blindly. Only keep close those people who you know are your true well-wishers. The ones who will stay with you in good and bad times are your true well-wishers. Because during this period, some people may approach you with a smile, but they may not, they may only be around you for their own selfish needs. And once they get what they want, they might just leave. Cyber crimes can also increase a lot during this time. In fact, it might reach a peak here. There may also be cases where one country tries to do a big cyber attack on another. These events might happen on a larger scale. Backstabbing may also rise during Rahu's time in Aquarius. So once again, please don't trust people easily, especially in money matters. Be extra careful when dealing with financial things. Also during this transit, many people will suddenly feel like doing something big, like working in big MNC company or big companies or starting a business at a larger level or big level. Basically, the desire to do or achieve something on a bigger scale will rise. But at the same time, they might also feel stuck or limited, like something is stopping them. This won't happen to everyone, but overall, the other planetary positions at the time may not fully support such big moves. That's why the final results of any transit will always depend on a personal birth chart and how it is placed and what it shows. There could also be an increase in show-off behavior of people. People may try to look richer or more successful than they actually are. Dishonesty and bribery cases can also rise. So please be cautious. If you are thinking of giving money to someone, even if it's a close friend or a family member or a relative, please be careful. Don't lend money without proper legal paperwork. Do everything the right way so that you don't get into any kind of trouble later on. And at the same time, this also applies to if you are thinking of taking a loan. Always do it legally and properly. Now, during this time, Rahu sitting in Aquarius will be looking at Gemini, and Jupiter sitting in Gemini will also be looking at Jupiter. So both will be aspecting each other. This is important because Rahu can confuse Jupiter. It can distract people from the truth or the good things Jupiter stands for. But on the other hand, Jupiter will also try to guide this Rahu with its positivity. So keep things honest and on the right path. So what might happen is some people may use words or their communication skills to mislead others. But if you are wise enough and keep your mind open, you will be able to see through this confusion or manipulation. If you follow the right path, if you follow the good side of Jupiter, it will help you stay on the positive side. But you need to be aware and willing to look at things carefully and clearly. Only then you will receive Jupiter's positive support. On the health front, this can bring breathing or lung related issues if your chart permits. Also, until Rahu is in the Purva Bhadrapad Nakshatra, it is still under the influence of Jupiter. So things are a bit more balanced, but once Rahu enters the Sadbhisha Nakshatra, which is ruled by Rahu itself, then Rahu becomes stronger and its energy becomes more intense. And during this time, Rahu ruled nakshatras like Ardra and Swati will also get activated. That time will bring a different kind of energy and experience. But don't worry, I will talk about that nakshatra specific part in a separate video. As long as Rahu stays in Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra, there are chances of some difficult events like terrorist activities, riots, natural disasters to be at its peak. So we do need to be little careful during this period. Now let's talk about Rahu's aspect. Now Rahu's fifth aspect will fall on Gemini, the sign where Jupiter is also positioned. So here Rahu may influence Jupiter and increase desires in people. If this combination doesn't go well in your personal chart, then there might be a strong urge to fulfill your desires no matter what. Some people might go to any extent to achieve what they want. They might use words wrong ways or manipulative words, especially in areas like media, advertisement, or marketing to misguide others. There could be false or fake impressions being created. On the other hand, some people might become too eager. They will want to learn or achieve something very quickly. But if you stay conscious, if you stay self-aware, if you try to follow Jupiter's good qualities, then this same time can actually guide you in the right direction and can be very helpful in new learnings. Always take a moment to think what is right, what is wrong, and which path is honest. That inner clarity will help you the most. Now, the ninth aspect of Rahu will fall on the sign of Libra. Interestingly, Libra will be getting the aspect of both Rahu and Jupiter at the same time. Because of this, people will be pushed to find a balance between their personal life, professional life, and also in their relationship. This is the time when you will be asked to become more diplomatic in how you speak and how you behave with others. This is actually a good chance to improve your communication style. So make the most of it and try to communicate in a more positive and graceful way. And since Jupiter is also looking at Libra, it will bring new learnings and wisdom in your life. But yes, because Rahu is also here, these lessons might not come very easy. You may feel like skipping the hard work or taking shortcuts. At times, you might even feel like you don't want to learn properly and just finish things by some shortcut or by doing something a little unethical. But try not to do that. In the long run, these shortcuts won't really help you. Proper learning and honest take will benefit you much more. Now, who will be the most impacted by Rahu's transit in the sign of Aquarius? Aquarius, ascendant and moon sign. Libra, Gemini, ascendant and moon sign. Those who have prominent planet in Aquarius, especially moon or sun or moon and sun conjunction in Aquarius. Those who have moon in Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, if you have any planetary conjunction anywhere in your chart like Rahu moon, Ketu moon, Rahu Mars, Rahu Jupiter, and to those people where this transit is happening, like in 3rd house, 6th house, 8th or 12th house, those who are running under Mahadasha or dashas of Rahu, Jupiter, Mars, and even Saturn, then this transit will impact you more. Now coming to the remedial part, I always say that only Mayapati can control the Maya of Rahu. So going into the Sharan of Lord Mahavishnu, Narayan is the only remedy for this transit. Chanting Vishnu Sahasranam will be very essential during this time. Chant Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya at least one mala a day. This will help protect you from the Maya of Rahu. You can also chant Hanuman Chalisa or Hanuman Ashtak during this time. Hanumanji gives strength and clarity and will help you break through the illusions and confusions or Maya created by Rahu. So now let's begin with the sign-wise analysis. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. Aries ascendant. For Aries natives, Rahu has now entered your 11th house, which is the house of games, desires, social networks, and recognition. This is quite a powerful transit when it comes to financial growth. You may start seeing significant improvements in your income, and this period can bring you opportunities for wealth and material success. But there's a small warning here. Rahu may make you overly ambitious. You might become too focused on achieving more and more, chasing your desires endlessly. And if those desires become too much, then they can lead to problems. Right now, Saturn is positioned in your 12th house, and Saturn is the actual ruler of your 11th house. So, Saturn is watching you. It is watching you how you are handling your desires. If you go overboard, Saturn may bring losses. Saturn may demand some sacrifice if you are going too far. So it's important to stay balanced. Don't get carried away by Rahu's illusion of endless wealth or quick success. This is a very good time for people, those who are working in social media, entertainment, or similar fields. You may get recognition, fame, and growth during this time. Rahu in the 11th house often brings name and fame, especially in public-facing careers. But at the same time, you need to be very careful in money matters. There are chances of frauds, cheating, especially cyber frauds or someone backstabbing you. And in related to finances, and sometimes this can come from someone within your social circle or people who you trust. So if you are lending money to someone, please be extremely cautious. Always go through proper legal procedures and paperwork. Even if it's a friend or someone you know well, still be careful. The same goes for taking loans. Don't rush. Check all the documents, be clear about everything, and only then move forward. Rahu may try to tempt you into taking unnecessary loans or credits as well, just to fulfill your desires. But here, Saturn will also test your patience. Saturn will watch whether you are falling into Rahu's trap or whether you are staying disciplined in your financial life. If you spend recklessly or take on more than you can handle, then slowly the pressure will start building. Financial burdens may arise and you will feel the pinch of it, especially because your 11th lord is placed in the 12th house of losses and expenditures. So it's important to keep a check on your desires. If you can manage that, if you stay sensible and grounded, the long-term rewards are definitely waiting for you. This can actually be a powerful time of financial growth, but only if handled with awareness. In your social life too, a little alert misunderstanding can happen with friends, elder siblings, or even in your professional networks. There might be some manipulation or unexpected behavior from people you usually trust. And as I said earlier, cyber frauds, cyber risks are high during this time for you. So please don't click on any random links or share your information with anyone you don't fully trust. And one important thing, please do not fall for misinformation. Rahu can cloud your thinking or bring confusion. Always pause, think twice, and then believe anything. Whether it's about money, people, information you read online. Trust your own judgment first. Now, Rahu's fifth aspect will fall on your third house, the sign of Gemini. Now, it will also aspect Jupiter's, which is positioned in Gemini. This combination can strongly increase your desires. You may feel an urge to speak in a way that influences others. You might even be tempted to manipulate situations through your communication, or the opposite could happen, that someone around you might try to influence or manipulate you through their words. So being very careful through their actions as well. Choose your words wisely. Don't blindly trust everything others say. Remember, Saturn is positioned in your 12th house, which is watching quietly. If your intentions are selfish, or if you are trying to take shortcuts just to fulfill your own desires, Saturn will not support you. These quick fixes will not help you in the long run. Saturn will test your patience and your ethics. And if you stay on the right path, this period can actually give you the curiosity and courage. You may feel like learning new skills, exploring new ideas, or starting something fresh. Just make sure that whatever you begin, whether it's a project, a conversation, or a journey, do it with a proper planning strategy and maturity. Let Jupiter's wisdom guide you. Don't let Rahu's illusion pull you into something rash. This aspect on your third house might also bring some small issues and misunderstandings with younger siblings or neighbors. So try to stay calm and open in your communication. And interestingly, Rahu in the 11th house and its aspect on third house may even take you or your siblings to a foreign land during this time if your chart supports. Now the ninth aspect of Rahu will fall on your 7th house, the sign of Libra, which is the house of partnerships, marriage, business. And Libra is getting the double aspect of both Jupiter and Rahu. If you are into business, this is a time to be extra careful. There might be risk of fraud, misunderstanding, or miscommunication in deals. So don't take anything lightly. Read all documents carefully before signing anything. Be cautious with contracts, agreements, and business decisions. Don't trust anyone blindly. Think twice, plan well, and then act. Jupiter's aspect will help protecting, but only if you are alert and thoughtful. If you are married, this is the time to be understanding and humble with your spouse. Rahu can bring misunderstandings, but Jupiter can help heal and guide your relationship as long as you maintain humanity and love. If you are unmarried and searching for a partner, this combination can actually help you meet someone. But again, keep your expectations real and trust the process. During this period, you might struggle to balance your personal life and professional life. There might be pressures from both the sides, but slowly you will learn how to manage both. And this journey of finding balance will actually teach you something valuable. One beautiful thing here that this double aspect of Jupiter and Rahu on your 7th house will improve your communication. You will learn how to be more diplomatic and graceful in your words, especially in your career. This will help you a lot in your career as well as in your public image as well. What you say and how you say, it will matter more than ever. So speak with wisdom and clarity. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. Taurus ascendant. For Taurus natives, Rahu has now entered your 10th house, a house of career, in the sign of Aquarius. This transit can bring a feeling of restlessness or frustration in your professional life. Your ambitions might grow very strong. You may start expecting more from your job, your position, your achievements. But sometimes things may not move the way you imagine or you wish. That's because Saturn is positioned in your 11th house, the house of desires, fulfillment of desires. And Saturn here is filtering your wishes. It will decide which of your dreams truly deserve to come true and which one might not be good for you in the long run. So in a way, Saturn will have more power during this time, and that might lead to some dissatisfaction. But don't lose hope. This is also a time for learning, for growing, for reshaping your dreams in a better, more realistic direction. With Rahu in the 10th house, you might start longing for something big, maybe a high-level position, a big company, or a grand business opportunity. You might not want to start small or settle for less. But there's a reminder that keep your ambitions in check. Rahu here can make you greedy for success, for status, for rewards. And this craving can become endless. The more you achieve, the more you might want. But not every desire is truly meaningful or necessary. Some only create pressure and unhappiness. So it's better to stay grounded. Focus on what's truly important. If you can avoid being over-ambitious or restless, your career will see better growth, steady and satisfying. And also, please be ethical in your career because Rahu's influence here. You might feel tempted to take shortcuts or do whatever it takes just to reach your goals faster. But that path will not lead to lasting success. Saturn and Jupiter both value honesty and hard work. If you stay on the right path, the rewards will come. Maybe slowly, but It will come and they will stay for longer. This period can also bring new job opportunities, especially for those who are actively looking for one. However, if you are applying for jobs, please be very careful. Check the background of the company or recruiter properly. Don't fall into scams or frauds. Rahu in 10th can attract dishonest situations or job frauds. So always double check before making any move. Now Jupiter is aspecting Rahu here, and that's your saving grace. Jupiter's wisdom will guide you if you choose to listen to Jupiter. So yes, there will be good chances, opportunities, even some exciting chances in your professional life, but let those changes be based on long-term planning and practical thinking. On a positive side, this time can also open doors to move abroad or change your location due to work. That shift could be helpful, but even if career gets busy or demanding, don't forget your family. Try to give them your time too. Don't get so lost in your work that you forget your home. Your family needs you just as much as your work does. Balancing both is the real success. Also, stay conscious of your actions and behavior at work. Rahu, if Rahu is well placed in your chart, then this period can bless you with new out of the box ideas. Your thinking may become more innovative, and these ideas can help you finish your projects in a unique way. Something different from the usual, something impressive. Rahu's fifth aspect will fall on your second house, the sign of Gemini. There is possibility of gains, financial gains, especially through smart planning or even speculative activities. But only if you move forward wisely and with honesty. If you try to take shortcuts or use manipulative ways under Rahu's influence, then those gains might turn into losses. So be very mindful. Keep your family life peaceful and handle your finances with clear, practical, and ethical mindset. Rahu's influence on your second house can also give you new innovative ways, new innovative ideas to earn money. You might get creative ideas about how to increase your income. That's a blessing, but again, use this energy positively. Be careful of your health issues because this house also represents areas like your mouth, your eyes, throat, your face. So small issues like cough, cold, eye strain, sinus trouble can happen off and on. Be extra careful, especially about what you eat and drink. Both Jupiter and Rahu influencing this house can increase temptation, especially for junk food, spicy, or any unhealthy food, oily meats. You may feel pulled towards unhealthy habits, but try your best to maintain discipline in your eating. A little awareness here can protect you from long-term health issues. Now, Rahu's ninth aspect will fall on your sixth house, the sign of Libra. Both Rahu and Jupiter are aspecting this house, which means both challenges and blessings are active. You may notice that people who compete with you or try to pull you down might increase during this time. Your daily routine could feel a little messy or tiring. And don't worry, Jupiter's base is also here. It will help reduce the pressure and teach you how to respond wisely to difficult situations. Rahu's energy will also teach you how to rise above these challenges and how to face your problems and come out stronger. This is a time that will push you out of your comfort zone. Both Rahu and Jupiter are trying to make you learn important lessons of life. You will grow stronger, but you will have to be patient with the process. Try to avoid any arguments, fights, or legal disputes during this time. Also, please don't take on unnecessary loans or overuse your credit cards. Financial decisions taken in haste could create long-term difficulties. So think before you act, especially when it comes to money and health. Overall, this is a time where patience, caution, and spiritual awareness will guide you the best. The more disciplined and ethical you stay, the smoother this period will become for you. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. Gemini ascendant. For Gemini natives, Rahu will be transiting your ninth house, the sign of Aquarius. Rahu is transiting your dharma path. So it's really important that you try your best to follow the right path and stay ethical. Rahu in the ninth house brings confusion and material temptations. So it can make you run after things that may look attractive but might not be good in the long run. This is the time to avoid any kind of dishonest actions. This period can also make you a little vulnerable when it comes to spiritual guidance. You might meet someone who appears to be a guru but isn't genuine. So just be careful who you follow. Make sure you trust the right people and don't blindly follow anyone just because they promise an easy path to spirituality. A good thing is that Jupiter is giving its aspect on your ninth house from the first house. So Jupiter is like a guiding light here. It can help you stay on the right path if you listen to your inner wisdom. If this combination works positively in your birth chart, then this is actually a beautiful time to grow spiritually or to go deeper into studies, especially in higher education or spiritual subjects. Rahu isn't always negative when it comes to spirituality. It can take you to very deep and unique spiritual experiences, but only if it's well placed in your chart and you are ready or you are evolved at your soul level. Otherwise, it can confuse you, take you away from your true beliefs. You might even go on a long journeys or pilgrimages during this time. But again, if Rahu's placement is not good in your chart, it can make you question your own beliefs or suddenly shift your faith. You may get attracted to people who claim to offer shortcuts in spirituality. So please stay away from such people. It's okay to stay open-minded, but just don't get misled. Also, take care of your father's health during this time and try to maintain a humble, respectful relationship with your father and with your gurus or mentors. This transit can also help you understand different belief systems with more open heart if you allow yourself to grow in the right direction. Since Jupiter is also looking at Rahu from your first house, it can actually increase your luck if you listen to Jupiter's wisdom. Because both Rahu and Jupiter are aspecting each other. It creates some inner conflict as well. Jupiter tries to guide Rahu towards the path of truth and wisdom, but Rahu may try to pull things in a confusing or shortcut kind of direction. So sometimes during this period, you may feel stuck or confused about what is right, what is wrong, or what decisions to take. You might even get wrong advice from people. In such moments, just pause and think calmly. Listen to Jupiter. Use your wisdom. Stay balanced and don't react in a rush. Now now Rahu's fifth aspect will fall on your first house, your ascendant, and also on Jupiter. So again, this is a reminder that staying on the honest path and avoiding shortcuts is very important. Also, take care of your health. Try to bring discipline in your daily life and your actions. This aspect of Rahu and Jupiter on your first house might also affect your personality. It can bring changes in how you see yourself, and yes, it might even lead to some weight gain as well. Jupiter in the first house usually brings weight gain, and Rahu aspecting it can increase that even more. So people have to be very careful. Taurus natives have to be very careful. And please be mindful of your eating habits. Try to eat healthy food. Follow sattvic lifestyle if possible. Do yoga, pranayam, and you will feel better overall. And also, since Rahu is aspecting your first house, there could be some health issues related to breathing, chest, lungs, or sinus. You might also face some issues due to pollution, and your father could be affected too. So please stay cautious. Now Rahu's ninth aspect will fall on your fifth house, the sign of Libra. Jupiter is also giving its aspect here. This double transit on your fifth house is really helpful for students or anyone trying to learn new things. This time can improve your focus and understanding. Even your children's intelligence or learning ability, IQ, may increase during this time. So if you're studying or planning to learn something new, don't miss this opportunity. Go for it with full heart. This is also a great time for people in creative fields, arts or teaching. Imagination and creative energy will be strong. On a flip side, there might be some ups and downs in your love life or with your children. So just try to handle things calmly and with maturity. If you are trying to conceive, this time may support that too. But there might be some delays or some hurdles since Rahu's involved. Still, this can be a good time to try IVF if that's something you are considering. Lastly, this double transit of Rahu and Jupiter on your fifth house is also very good for spiritual practices. If you want to start mantra chanting, meditation, or anything spiritual, this period can really help you connect deeper. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. Cancer ascendant. For Cancer natives, Rahu will be moving through your 8th house, the sign of Aquarius. This is the time that can bring many sudden changes. Some might feel like big transformations, and yes, there will be some challenges too. You might go through ups and downs related to money, health, relationship, in-laws, and in overall life experiences. That's why this is a time to be a little more careful. If you are planning to invest money, especially in risky areas like stock market, crypto, just pause and think twice. Make sure you are not taking decision in a hurry. Also, avoid lending money without proper thought, especially to relatives. It can cause stress later on. If you still want to help someone financially, make sure to do all the paperwork, legal paperwork, and so that everything stays clear and fair. During this time, your health needs your attention. If you already have some ongoing or chronic health issue, then don't ignore it. And even if there's something small that you have been putting off, try to get it checked now. It's better to be safe. Emotionally, too, this period may feel a bit sensitive. There might be moments where you feel misunderstood or even insulted. Try not to react suddenly. Just staying calm and composed will help you a lot. This is also a time when life might throw some surprises your way. Some good, some not so easy. But if you stay flexible and adjust with changes, you will be able to handle it better. You might experience both sudden gains, sudden losses in finances. So try not to take risk out of greed. Because Saturn is also aspecting your 11th house, being too impulsive or over ambitious about money could backfire. So it's better to move slowly and carefully with your financial decisions. There might also be some ups and downs with joint family assets or shared money with your partner. But for some of you, this may even bring a chance to receive ancestral property or inheritance. Again, it all depends on a personal birth chart. If you have any habits like drinking, smoking, or anything else that's not good for your health, then and please be extra careful during this time regarding your bad habits. Rahu in the 8th house can make those habits stronger, and Jupiter in the 12th house might add to it. So it's really important to be mindful and try to cut down or quit if you can. On a positive side, Jupiter is also aspecting this Rahu, which means this period can be really powerful for learning something deep. If you want to do any sort of research work, study anything hidden, archaeology, mysterious subjects, mysticism, astrology, this is actually a great time to dive in. Spiritually too, this phase is quite special. If you are already on spiritual path or have interest in deeper spiritual practices, then Rahu in the 8th house, especially in Purva Bhadrapad, can bring very deep spiritual experiences, realizations, or inner transformation. Now, Rahu will be aspecting your 12th house with its 5th aspect. And Jupiter is also positioned there in the sign of Gemini. So this can increase your expenses, and some of these expenses may not really be needed. That is, you may do expenditures on unnecessary things like luxury things. So just try to be little mindful with your spending. Avoid unnecessary cost and save where you can. This is also a great time to explore your spiritual side. The 12th house is a very spiritual place, and Rahu's energy here might push you to go inward. Try meditation, try doing spiritual practices, and anything that helps you connect with your inner peace. But avoid falling into illusion or distractions that Rahu sometimes gives us. Or because Rahu sometimes makes us chase things that aren't really meaningful. Instead, focus on things that help you grow. If you are into creative field like writing, music, painting, anything artistic or anything imaginative, this can be a great period for fresh ideas. Rahu brings unique thinking, so you might get some truly different and out of the box ideas. Just make sure to stay grounded too, so that your creativity doesn't become overwhelming. Now, the ninth aspect of Rahu will fall on your fourth house, the sign of Libra. And Jupiter is also aspecting this house. So, fourth house is getting double transit of both Jupiter and Rahu. This means your Moksha Trikona is now active. This can be a beautiful time for spiritual progress and inner emotional healing. If this placement is supportive in your personal birth chart, then only. As I mentioned earlier, this period has a lot of potential for spiritual growth. But because Rahu is looking at your fourth house, if you are thinking to buy a property or any kind of asset, just be very careful. Double check everything. Look at the legality, all the documents, and if possible, do the paperwork with the help of a lawyer or someone trustworthy, like a legal professional. Rahu's influence can sometimes bring confusion or even cheating. So better to stay cautious from the beginning. The good thing is that Jupiter is also aspecting this house. So Jupiter will help you bring more peace and positivity at home. It will try to balance Rahu's influence and help you feel more spiritually connected to your living space. There could be some minor health concerns related to your mother during this period. So just keep an eye on that. Sometimes you may feel a little frustrated at home, like some things off or not going your way. That's Rahu's energy. But it won't be all the time. When those moments come, try to handle things with a calm mind and with a balance and with bit of patience. A wise and peaceful approach will help you move through it smoothly. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. Leo ascendant. For Leo natives, Rahu will be transiting your 7th house, the sign of Aquarius. This can bring certain illusion, misunderstandings, and some challenges in your marriage or business partnerships. That's why it's very important to handle matters with calmness and maturity. If your personal chart already has signs of separation or divorce, then this Rahu transit can make those problems feel bigger. But it will entirely depend on your personal chart. And it's very essential to stay loyal, truthful, and ethical in your relationship. Sometimes during this transit, you may find yourself in arguments with your spouse without knowing the real reason. Or you may start believing something negative about your partner, which may not even be true. Don't fall into the illusions of Rahu here. Luckily, Jupiter is also aspecting this Rahu. So Jupiter will try to give some positivity and light to this area of your life. If you're thinking about getting married or choosing a life partner, please don't rush. Take your time to understand the other person before making any legal commitment. Rahu can create confusion, so it's better to make your decisions slowly and thoughtfully. If you are into business, this transit can bring new innovative ideas, but be extra careful. Rahu can also bring changes or chances of cheating or fraud, especially when signing contracts or dealing with new people in the business. So always read everything properly and don't trust anyone blindly. If Rahu is well placed in your personal chart, then this time can actually help you grow in your business through fresh ideas and expansion. You may feel more inspired to take your business to a next level. But at the same time, you must take care of your health and your spouse's health too. In public life or professional dealings, try to stay polite and practical because sometimes, due to Rahu's influence, your words may come across as harsh or misunderstood. So, just think before you speak. Now, Rahu's fifth aspect will fall under 11th house, the sign of Gemini. If you are planning any partnerships or joint ventures, be cautious. There can be hidden risk or betrayals. Jupiter in the 11th house acts as a blessing here. So, Jupiter will try to protect you and help you understand who truly supports you in your um, in your circle. But you need to be open-minded. You need to see what Jupiter is trying to tell you. Here, Rahu can create illusions. So you may get confused about, sometimes you may get confused about who your real well-wishers are. But slowly, Jupiter will reveal the truth to you. You will come to know who is genuine and who is not. Just keep one thing in mind, that Rahu and Jupiter together here can increase your desires a lot. So be careful. Focus only on the things that are truly important, not just things you want out of greed. Avoid blind investments. Think wisely. Also, sometimes you may feel a little frustrated or dissatisfied, especially when it comes to money or your position in the society. You might even face small issues with people in authority. So stay calm and make decisions carefully, especially in your career. Jupiter will help you manage Rahu's illusions and guide you to stay on the right path. Financially, overall, this can be a good time for you. Now, Rahu's ninth aspect will fall on your third house, the sign of Libra, where Jupiter is also aspecting. So this may bring small issues with your siblings, your elder and younger both, or with your neighbors as well. You might even feel hurt by someone's behavior in your surroundings. There could be misunderstandings or even backstabbing from someone nearby. But again, if you follow Jupiter's wisdom and wise and calm guidance, then you will be able to resolve these matters in a better manner. Rahu in your seventh house and its aspect on your third house might push you to take impulsive actions or jump into new projects too quickly. So it's very important to plan well, be patient, and move step by step. Don't rush into anything, especially new business ventures or collaborations. Use your intelligence and proper strategy. This time can actually be very good for those in media communication or any creative or artistic work. But there's a small note of caution. Don't use your words to manipulate others for your own goals. If you speak truthfully and from the heart, this period will be beneficial and will benefit you much more. Just try not to be overly confident or reckless. Stay grounded and wise. That's the best way to make the most of this transit. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. Virgo ascendant. For Virgo natives, Rahu will be transiting your sixth house, the sign of Aquarius. First of all, Rahu in the sixth house can increase the number of people who secretly compete with you or try to work against you. But don't worry, slowly and gradually, you will learn how to overcome them. You will rise above these enemies, not all at once, but step by step. Jupiter is also aspecting this Rahu, and this brings as a blessing. Jupiter will teach you how to deal with daily life struggles, enemies, challenges, and even competition. So trust Jupiter's wisdom. If you stay honest and walk on the right paths, Jupiter will help you turn Rahu's challenges into something meaningful and helpful. Health-wise, you need to be very careful because this period can give you breathing-related issues, maybe some issues relating to lungs, asthma, or chronic conditions. So please don't ignore them. Even frequent cough, colds, or flu could trouble you. So take care of yourself and don't overstress yourself. If you are preparing for competitive exams, this can be very helpful period, but only if you stay focused. For students, this time has potential, but it requires discipline and patience. There may also be few misunderstandings or concerns related to your maternal side of the family, like your maternal uncle. So handle those connections with wisdom and sensitivity. This transit may also make you feel like taking loans or borrowing money. If you need to take a loan, please make sure it's through proper legal means and only take what you are sure you can repay easily. Avoid taking big loans just for temporary desires. It could become a burden later on. Rahu here can also create few issues with your co-workers, helpers at home, or people who work under you. So try to stay calm and resolve matters peacefully. Now coming to Rahu's aspect. Rahu's fifth aspect will fall on the 10th house, the sign of Gemini, where Jupiter is already positioned. It can bring new and unusual opportunities in your career. You might come up with new innovative ideas or different ways to achieve your work goals. And these ideas could help you stand out in your profession. Since Jupiter is also in your 10th house, it adds a beautiful support in your career growth and even financial improvements. But please remember, nothing will come instantly. You will have to work with dedication and patience. Don't try to take shortcuts. It's extremely important to stay on the right path. Avoid trying to control or manipulate others to reach your goals. Your speech will matter a lot in your career. So be very thoughtful in the way you communicate. Don't speak in a way that hurts others or serves only your interest. Rahu and Jupiter both will support those who are in healing field, teaching field, consulting, guiding field, and this can be a great period for such professions. Now let's talk about Rahu's ninth aspect, which will fall on your second house, the sign of Libra. Jupiter is also aspecting this house. So once again, your speech will play a big role, an important role, not just in your career, but also in your life, your family. Try not to use manipulative or clever speech to get what you want. Instead, try to create peace and understanding with your family and closed ones. Speak in a way that brings people together. During this time, your way of communicating can really help keep your home environment calm and respectful. There might also be sudden changes in your family life or in your financial structure. These changes could be good or difficult depending on what your personal chart shows. Either way, stay steady and gentle through the process. It is also a good time to focus on savings. Try not to spend money unnecessarily. Simple saving habits will also help you very much in the long run. So just stay honest, work hard, speak wisely, and move slowly with faith. This Rahu transit can actually help you grow even through challenges. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. Libra ascendants. For Libra readers, Rahu is transiting your fifth house, the sign of Aquarius. This transit can bring a few challenges, especially in your relationship with your children. There could be some disputes or misunderstanding, or you may notice a rebellious behavior in them. Some children might even face minor health issues during this time. It's important to be very patient, gentle, and loving towards them. Try to be their friend more than a strict parent. If they feel heard and understood, they will be more open with you, and the chances of conflicts will reduce. For some of you, this may also be the time when your child moves abroad for studies or work, depending on their personal chart. And if you are thinking about adoption or trying to conceive through IVF, this could be a supportive time, especially because Rahu is receiving Jupiter's aspect, Jupiter's blessing. You may also feel drawn to adopting a pet during this period. If you do it, it can bring joy and warmth into your home. If you are pregnant, please take good care of your health during this time. Now, for students, this is a good period for studies. Rahu and Jupiter are both influencing this house, so your focus and understanding can improve. It's a wonderful time to build your knowledge and sharpen your skills, which will help you later in your career. But you have to be consistent. Don't rely on shortcuts because Saturn, which is sitting in your sixth house, will not support any dishonest or shortcut ways. Rahu will also help increase your grasping power and memory. So with sincere efforts, you can do really well in academics. It's also a great time for people in creative or artistic professions. And it's also uh, for those in good for those in teaching or learning roles. Now, Rahu in the fifth house can also bring romantic experiences in your life, and it can create shifts in your current romantic relationship. These changes can be either good or not so good depending on your chart. However, this is not a good time to take risk in stock market or speculative investment. Rahu will try to tempt you to with thoughts or easy money or quick gains. But please be careful. Try to avoid risky investments. If you must invest, do it very wisely at low risk. Long-term options are the best. Spiritually also, this time is important. Rahu in the fifth house may make you feel a little lazy when it comes to mantra chanting or daily spiritual practice. But Jupiter is positively aspecting, so try to stay connected to your spiritual role. Do mantra chanting or follow spiritual routine. It will help your mind calm and your path clear. Now, Rahu's fifth aspect will fall on your ninth house, the sign of Gemini, where Jupiter is also positioned. This can sometimes bring minor disagreements with your father or fatherly figures. There could also be few health concerns for them. Also, Rahu here can try to divert you from your dharma path, that is, from the path of righteousness. So it's very important that you remain ethical, truthful, and grounded. Don't fall for shortcuts or quick fix ideas. Jupiter will bless you if you stay honest and follow the right way. This is also a beautiful time for students aiming for higher studies. And some of you may even go on a spiritual journey as well. Rahu here can give you very unique or untraditional way of spirituality. So if you want to explore new paths or learn something deeper, this is a very good time to do that. Now the ninth aspect of Rahu will fall on your first house, your ascendant, the sign Libra. And this house is also getting Jupiter's aspect. So with this double transit, you will notice many changes in your life, within your family, your personality, and even how you see yourself. If you have children, they may become a big part of your focus right now. Rahu here might inspire you to think differently or try new things. That's wonderful as long as it's done ethically and with clear intention. Don't use tricks or manipulation. If you walk on the right path, your innovative ideas will definitely bring success for a long term. Some of you may even change your appearance or personality during this time. Maybe a makeover or a shift in how you express yourself. So stay focused, stay loving, and use this time for spiritual growth, personal evolution. Rahu will test, but Jupiter will guide you if your heart stays true. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. Scorpio ascendant. For Scorpio natives, Rahu will be transiting or is transiting your fourth house, the sign of Aquarius. Now Rahu's presence in the fourth house may create some unrest or frustration at home. You might feel emotionally disconnected from your family or find yourself withdrawing from your domestic life. There could be misunderstanding, illusionary expectations, or even arguments within the family space. This is a time when you will need to rely on Saturn's discipline and Jupiter's wisdom to handle things calmly. Thankfully, Jupiter is aspecting this Rahu, which acts like a blessing, so make the most of Jupiter's positivity and handle things wisely. If you are planning to buy a house or property or any asset during this time, please be very cautious. Rahu can create illusions in these matters. That could be hidden issues in property or even chances of fraud. Triple check all documents, consult a legal expert, and do not trust anyone blindly, even if it all looks perfect on the surface. Even you may discover construction-related problems or other concerns after making the purchase. It might happen like that. So be very careful. That said, this is also time when you might feel inspired to beautify your living space, renovation, interiors, decorating your home. All that can go well if done with care and planning. Disputes related to property or inheritance can also surface. Jupiter's aspect again acts as a protective force, helping you to solve such matters if you remain calm and patient. Rahu's presence in the fourth house can also bring issues in the machineries that you have at your home. There could be issues on and off in the machineries, or you will replace the old machinery with the new one or with the new technology. These machineries can be anything in your home, like your kitchen appliance, TV, AC, laptop, computer, anything, any machinery that you have at your home. Your mother's health or the well-being of those living with you should also be taken care of. But overall, even with these challenges, this period can bring financial improvement in your home if handled wisely. Now, the fifth aspect of Rahu will fall on your 8th house, the sign of Gemini, where Jupiter is positioned. So this is a powerful combination that can bring both sudden gains and sudden losses. So it's very important to stay disciplined in your financial matters. It is also very important to stay disciplined in your health matters, especially if you already deal with any chronic conditions. Avoid indulging in any unhealthy habits such as alcohol, smoking, or anything that could weaken your body. Rahu here can amplify cravings or pull you towards these things. And if not handled with care, it could affect your physical health. This house also deals with investments, and Rahu's aspect on Jupiter here says, think very carefully before putting your money anywhere. There may be gains through inheritance or some unexpected opportunity, but only if it aligns with your chart. For those involved in research, archaeology, psychology, philosophy, literature, astrology, this is a good period. You will feel a natural pull towards deep introspective and hidden knowledges. Now, the 9th aspect of Rahu will fall on your 12th house, the sign of Libra, which is also aspected by Jupiter. So this double transit and Rahu in 4th and Jupiter in your 8th house is activating your Moksha Trikona. There may be minor disturbances in sleep or mental restlessness, but Jupiter's presence here will ease the intensity. Again, if you have any unhealthy habits, they can affect your physical and mental well-being during this phase. Even if you don't, then discipline in food, rest, and routine will be essential. Sometimes Rahu in the 12th house may give you strange dreams or even nightmares. So Rahu's influence in the 12th house. But it can also open up the path for foreign travel, especially if your chart supports it. You may even get a chance to purchase property abroad, but as mentioned earlier, be extremely cautious while investing in real estate. Spiritually, this is a good time. If you stay connected to spiritual practices, your life can shift positively in many levels. This is one of the best ways to balance the energy of Rahu by staying ethical, disciplined, and devoted to your inner growth. The more you focus on that, the more blessings this transit can bring you. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. Sagittarius ascendant. For Sagittarius natives, Rahu will be transiting your 3rd house, the sign of Aquarius. This position of Rahu can make you highly focused on your desires especially material ones. With Jupiter transiting your 7th house, your ambitions may grow even stronger during this time. But it's important to be very mindful about how you communicate with your family, in your career, and in your relationship, and also in the public. There may be a tendency to speak harshly or come across as overly blunt. For some, this could also manifest as manipulation through words, either by trying to influence others or others trying to manipulate you. This depends on individual chart. Rahu in the 3rd house does give courage. So you might feel ready to take bold steps to start something new. But try not to act out of impulsiveness or overconfidence. Let your actions be backed by Saturn's patience and Jupiter's wisdom. If you move forward ethically and stay grounded, this can be a powerful time for success, especially in ventures that you are taking initiative. However, Rahu always carries a shadow of illusion, so it's essential to stay alert, avoid shortcuts, and make sure you double check every decision. This is also a time to check your desires. No matter how much you achieve, if your desires are endless, satisfaction will stay out of reach. Use Jupiter's wisdom to help you stay connected and focused on what truly matters. Rahu here can also support creative ideas and push you to think outside the box. If you are in business or working on a personal project, this could be a breakthrough period. However, do watch out for issues with neighbors or minor conflicts in your local surroundings. Some disturbance may come from your immediate environment, but Jupiter's aspect offers support and protection. There could also be tensions with younger siblings, so try to handle relationships with care and maturity. Now, Rahu's 5th aspect will fall on your 7th house, the sign of Gemini. There could be minor disputes in marriage or partnership. It's very important to stay calm and practice patience. If handled with wisdom, this can even deepen the relationship. But Rahu can also tempt you towards distractions, including extramarital affairs. But this will only apply if your chart permits. This won't apply to everyone. Be cautious and stay away from anything that could damage your relationship for a long term. This only becomes problem if such tendencies already exist in your chart. I'm seeing this once again. For those in business partnerships, be careful and review all contracts or legal documents before signing. Don't rush into any agreements. The same combination could bring possibility of marriage. Jupiter and Rahu, Jupiter position in 7th and Rahu aspecting this house. So this can bring possibility of marriage. But again, make sure you truly understand your partner before taking a big step. Avoid impulsive decisions regarding marriage. Your speech also becomes a major factor here. It could shape your public image, reputation, and how people respond to you. So choose your words wisely. Now the 9th aspect of Rahu will fall on your 11th house, the sign of Libra, which is also aspected by Jupiter. This is a time when you will need to maintain politeness and harmony in your relationships with your elder siblings, your social circle, your friends. Avoid confrontations. Your tone and how you express yourself will be the key to keeping things smooth. This is also a good period for financial gains. If your chart supports it, this time may bring good income opportunity, but you will also become more aware of who your true well-wishers are and who are not. However, since Rahu is aspecting this house, there could also be chance of financial fraud or deception, so stay alert. Even though Jupiter's presence is here to protect you, you still have to stay alert. In short, this is a powerful and dynamic time for you, but success will depend on how ethically and thoughtfully you act. Let Jupiter guide you. Keep your desires in check and always be mindful of your words and actions. Now, coming to Capricorn ascendants. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. Capricorn ascendant. For Capricorn natives, Rahu is transiting your second house, a sign of Aquarius. Now this transit can bring positive results in terms of financial growth. You may see an increase in your income or discover new sources of wealth. However, along with this, Rahu may also intensify your desire for more and more money. The more you earn, the more you will feel like earning, which can lead to greed. It's important during this time to keep your desires in check. Rahu is only the co-ruler of Aquarius. Saturn is the main ruler. So Saturn will keep Rahu under some control. This means any financial decision made purely out of greed or impulsiveness could lead to some losses. Avoid getting tempted by shortcuts, risky investments, or anything that promises quick gains. Instead, focus on saving money and managing your expenses wisely. Overspending during this time may lead to lack of liquidity, and even if your income increases. Also with Rahu in the second house, be mindful of your speech, especially in the family matters. Your words may unintentionally hurt others or cause conflicts with your household. Another thing to watch out for is your eating habits. Rahu in the second house along with Ketu in the eighth house can create a tendency towards unhealthy cravings. Be very careful about what you consume. Unhealthy food or drinking habits may trigger health issues, especially under Ketu's influence. On the positive side, Rahu can give you the ability to generate wealth from multiple sources. You might feel confident about using your skills in unconventional ways. But don't let this lead you into unethical territory. Stay grounded, stick to honest means, and maintain a disciplined daily routine that will ensure long-term success. Now, the fifth aspect of Rahu will fall on your sixth house, the sign of Gemini, where Jupiter is also positioned. This shows that your speech will have a strong impact during this time. In fact, words could either help you or lead to problems, even legal disputes, so speak carefully. Avoid being too sharp or aggressive in how you communicate, especially in formal or confrontational settings. There is a possibility of hidden enemies rising during this time, but Jupiter's protective aspect may reduce that negative influence. For those preparing for competitive exams, this period can be beneficial. If you stay focused and sincere, results will come. Be cautious when it comes to loans and debt. Don't take on more than you can handle. Only borrow if it's absolutely necessary. And make sure the repayment plan is solid. Even don't take too much of credit on your credit cards. Now, Rahu's ninth aspect will fall on your 10th house, the sign of Libra. This aspect highlights the need for professionalism, discipline, and integrity in your career. You may notice a slight increase in workplace politics. There might be small arguments or misunderstandings with colleagues or superiors, so try to stay composed and polite. Because both Jupiter and Rahu are aspecting your 10th house. This can also be a time for new opportunities and growth in your career. But be cautious of job-related frauds or too good to be true offers. Verify everything before committing. Financially, this period can bring improvement, especially if your birth chart supports gains. You may even receive a raise in or increment during this time. So overall, this transit holds great potential for growth and success, especially in finances and career, but only if you act with maturity, speak with care, avoid greed, and stay ethical in all matters. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. This ascendant for Aquarius natives, Rahu is transiting your first house, your ascendant. This is a time where self-awareness becomes very important. You might feel extremely confident about your ideas and decisions, and sometimes even overconfident, but it's essential to pause and reflect. Ask yourself whether your beliefs are truly right, or if you are just caught in your own perspective. This transit can make you fall into the illusion that you are always right, and that mindset can lead to mistakes, conflicts, and a rising ego. Be especially cautious about false ego, the kind that makes you feel superior or disconnected from others. Don't let this false sense of self dictate your actions or relationships. This period also asks you to be more aware of the people around you. Pay attention of who truly supports you and who might be trying to manipulate or take advantage of you. Rahu in the first house often brings major changes, and the direction those changes take will depend on your personal karma and your chart. During this time, both your speech and your actions will have a powerful effect on your life, especially on your relationships and career. Rahu may also cause mental unrest, anxiety, overthinking, frustration, and even fear of things that don't exist. So, managing your stress through discipline and self awareness is very important. Your desires may rise rapidly during this time, and you might feel tempted to take shortcuts. But it's essential to avoid that path. Stay away from indulgent or harmful habits like smoking, drinking, or reckless behavior. These will only impact your health negatively. This is also the time when maintaining ethics is very critical. If you walk on the right path, the planetary energies will support you. Jupiter is also aspecting this Rahu, so it will act as your guiding force. Listen to your inner wisdom. Jupiter will constantly try to guide you, so be open-minded and listen to what Jupiter is trying to tell you and teach you. If you truly follow Jupiter's wisdom, Rahu's negative effects on your first house will greatly be reduced. And because this is your ascendant, this influence will affect both your physical and mental well-being. So be extra careful with your lifestyle, your routine, your habits. This is a time to remember karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Focus on your karma, your actions. Don't run after the results. If Rahu's influence turns positive in your chart, this can also be a deeply spiritual period because your Dharma Trikona is getting activated and Jupiter is placed in the fifth house. There is a great scope for spiritual awakening and inner transformation. So use this period positively. Now Rahu's fifth aspect will fall on the sign of Gemini where Jupiter is also placed. This creates a very powerful energy in your intellect and mind. On the other hand, it increases your learning ability and grasping power. However, you need to be very cautious about investments in speculative markets, especially risky ones. So avoid any kind of gambling or impulsive financial decision. This period also brings minor challenges related to children or conception. Couples trying to conceive should take extra care. These issues might become more prominent after Jupiter enters Ardra Nakshatra. So during pregnancy, health should not be avoided. There might also be some misunderstandings in love life or romantic relationships. So don't let Rahu's illusion pull you towards wrong choices or impulsive actions. Work towards emotional balance and maturity. For students, this is a good time to learn, especially if you stay focused and disciplined. Jupiter's presence in the fifth house will support education, especially in fields that involve deeper learning or spirituality. Now, Rahu's ninth aspect will fall on your ninth house, Libra. This is a beautiful time for spiritual growth and higher learning. If you are planning to pursue higher education, this is the right period to make progress. Both Rahu and Jupiter aspecting the ninth house open doors to long distance travel, pilgrimages, or spiritual journeys. However, because Rahu is also involved, your beliefs or faith may be tested. Be prepared for that. There may be moments where when you question your path or feel unsure, but if you hold on to Jupiter's teaching and Saturn's patience, this test will lead to deeper wisdom. Also, your father's health may need attention during this period. Minor issues are possible, but they can be managed well if addressed early. This combination of Jupiter and Rahu on your ninth house can also help you understand spirituality in a very different, non traditional way. You may be drawn to alternative forms of wisdom, so stay open to learning. But stay focused on ethics and truth. If you walk the path of Dharma with faith, discipline, and an open mind, this transit can become a turning point in your personal evolution. You can watch this video as per your ascendant as well as your moon sign, whichever works best for you. Now let's begin. This is ascendant. For Pisces natives, Rahu will be transiting your 12th house, the sign of Aquarius. This is a time where your imagination and creativity will enhance. If you are involved in creative fields like art, writing, animation, or anything innovative, anything imaginative, this can be very inspiring period. Rahu can also support foreign travel, relocation, or spiritual exploration if your chart supports. However, Rahu in the 12th house can also bring internal challenges. You may find yourself dealing with sudden anxiety, fears that don't seem to have a reason, or even disturb sleep and nightmares. But remember, these experiences are temporary. Practicing meditation, grounding techniques, or connecting with your spiritual parts will help you stay calm and focused. This is also time to be very cautious with your habits. If there are any tendencies towards smoking, alcohol, or other tamasic indulgence, then Rahu can amplify those. Combined with Saturn in the first and Ketu in the sixth, this trio could result in health issues if your lifestyle is not balanced. So be mindful, especially with food, sleep, and routine. Rahu in the 12th can also increase your expenses. There may be sudden, unexpected expenses, cost, or constant feeling that your desires are not being fulfilled. This can lead to impulsive spending or a craving for material comfort. Try to manage your money wisely and avoid getting into unnecessary debt. Health-wise, this transit can increase your cravings for unhealthy foods. This can also bring issues like indigestion or acidity and can make you more sensitive to what you consume. Keep your diet sattvic and light and avoid anything that disturbs your system. Career-wise, this period is favorable for those involved in healing professions, spiritual work, foreign-based jobs, MNCs, import-export, or artistic fields. Now, Rahu's fifth aspect will fall on your fourth house, Gemini, where Jupiter is currently positioned. So, this combination can bring opportunities related to real estate, especially in foreign lands. You might consider buying or investing in property, but be very careful with paperwork and legal matters. Rahu can create confusion or deception here. Because your Moksha Trikona is getting activated, this is a good time for inner healing, reflection, and spiritual growth. Jupiter's presence in the fourth will bring a positive, soothing energy that helps calm Rahu's intensity in the 12th house. This can also bring peace and positivity in your home environment. However, be cautious about your mother's health or property-related disputes. Minor disturbances may arise, but with Jupiter's grace, you will be guided to resolve them with wisdom. Now, Rahu's ninth aspect will fall on your 8th house, Libra. This is the house of transformation, and with both Jupiter and Rahu aspecting it, deeper inner changes are likely to happen now. Avoid risky investments like stock market trading or cryptocurrencies. The temptation to take quick financial decisions will be strong, but this can result in losses. Focus on safer long-term strategies. It's also a good time to revisit your financial planning and work on building a more stable foundation. This transit is excellent for anyone doing research work, diving into astrology, occult, mysticism. You will be drawn towards hidden knowledge. It's a great time for learning, but again, stay away from any intoxication or bad company. Some tension in relationships with in laws may arise. You may also experience health fluctuations, especially due to stress or suppressed fears. Unexpected fears may surface, fears that you never had before. So, it is important to stay connected to your spiritual path, maintain discipline in your habits, keep your mind open to Jupiter's teaching. If you do that, Rahu's intensity will slowly become your inner strength. So that's it for today's video. If you liked our video today, then remember to like, share and subscribe. And have a wonderful day ahead. I will see you in the next video. Until then, Namaste. Narayan Narayan.